Isaac Bashevis Singer was born into an Orthodox Jewish family in Poland in 1903. He wrote novels and short stories about the Ashkenazi shtetl, a small village community of Eastern Europe, before its almost total destruction by the Nazis in the Holocaust between 1941 and 1945. Partly because he'd grown up in that community, all of his work has an incontestable authenticity and authority. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1978. One of his earliest novels, the 1935 Satan and Goray, is a fictionalised account of the Cossack uprising of the 17th century, in which at least 100,000 Jews were massacred and many Jewish villages razed. However, he's best known for his short stories, of which he wrote nearly 150 during his lifetime. Together, they constitute a panoramic view of his own society. Singer foresaw the Holocaust. He left Poland for the USA in 1935, and when it finally happened, it forever influenced his approach to Judaism. It made him much less orthodox than his upbringing might lead one to suppose. He never stopped believing in God, but considered God unknowable and possibly cruel. He became a vegetarian in the mid-1950s, and to some extent his vegetarianism allowed him to confront the issues raised by the Holocaust in an indirect way. One of his best-known stories is The Slaughterer, about an intending rabbi, Yoina Meyer, who is unexpectedly put in charge of the town abattoir and who eventually goes mad. Singer thought we cannot consistently accuse God of cruelty so long as we continue to kill animals. In another of his stories, he wrote, "For animals, all people are Nazis. For animals, it is an eternal Treblinka." His disillusion with Orthodox religion arguably allowed him to depict it much more objectively and interestingly than would otherwise have been the case. In a wide variety of ways, he was relatively radical. He wrote sympathetically about lesbianism and transvestism, for example. To appreciate how good Singer is, one needs to read a fair number of his stories in succession. Although there are some standout individual stories, the Spinoza of Market Street, Yentl the Yeshiva Boy and Gimple the Fool are often cited as his best, a piecemeal approach to reading his work really won't do. More widely speaking, in order to grasp the full tragedy of the Holocaust, one really has to understand what's been lost. Those 6 million people weren't chosen at random. They were chosen, horrifyingly, because they were considered to be like the people in Singer's stories.